Silver and Blue Huddle is back again, and we are back, and we got the whole game back together for the first time this season. Football is back. America's team is back. The Dallas Cowboys is back, and Silver and Blue is back as well. That's all that you need. That is all that you need. So amazing is back. S-Perk is here. Rich Black Man. Fellas, how you doing? This is our first time back this year. What is going on?
I'm excited, man. The season just started. I can't wait to get into these conversations, man. This is going to be great.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. I mean, we had one episode without you, but now that you're back, it feels like we're all back together again, and we're about to like hype up our boys and talk about the season, and we're going to be talking about how we face off in week 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles and Philly on championship night, banner night or whatever they call it. It don't matter what they call it. It does not matter what they call it. But anyways, our Cowboys face off in Philly for the first week matchup. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Obviously, we lost by 4 points or whatever, but we had the game in hand. We had it but we just couldn't keep it. We couldn't close it out. But let me hear your opinions on what y'all thought about the game. The new look Cowboys, new coach, new players, shiny George Pickens and stuff like that. New running game, new defensive coordinator, new all across the board with the Dallas Cowboys. Let's talk about it. The Eagles and the Cowboys, week 1, kicking off the NFL season. Who wants to start it off?
I'll just go first real quick.
I think we'll let Mike talk defense, and I'll take care of the offense.
All right, go.
I know that if you watch that game, you can't look at that game and be like, this is the same old Cowboys football team. They look completely different. They look disciplined. They finish plays. They finish drives. And then the old Cowboys showed up in the second half, and it was like, you did all that in the first half to get 20 points, and then your offense just stuttered. And I felt like, obviously, the drops from CeeDee Lamb is going to be the big talking point for the whole week before they go and play New York. But there's some other things. The fumble from Miles Sanders right before the lightning delay kind of took all of our momentum. We were driving right down the field. Big run play by Miles Sanders. Then he fumbles, took all the momentum out. Then the lightning delay happened. I think that really took the wind out of both teams' sails at that point, right? If you're a Philadelphia fan, you could say the same thing, like, hey, we get the fumble, we're about to get back on offense, and then the lightning delay happened, took some of their momentum. But I want to talk about the positives from this Cowboy offense. And the play calling was way better this year than it was last year. They ran the football. They were dedicated to running the football, and it opened a lot of things for Dak Prescott to hit some wide receivers. Jake Ferguson catches some passes. George Pickens gets involved. CeeDee Lamb, of course, does what CeeDee Lamb does. That offensive line protected Dak Prescott the entire night. You saw Dak a couple times inside the pocket, where last year I think a lot of times healthy, some of those throws came out a little bit earlier than they needed to, and he trusted the offensive line to extend the play for him. The 3 Tylers played so well. Cooper Beebe played well. And even Terrence Steele had a decent game. Really excited about Javonte Williams. I was disappointed that Jaden Blue did not play. He was inactive. So hopefully he'll get some run here versus the overall offensively. Pleased with how the Cowboys played. But just like Rich said, we got to find a way to finish games. And they didn't find that. And the Eagles did. So you got to give your hats off to the Eagles. They played a lot better in certain moments. Jalen Hurts played well at quarterback. Dak Prescott played well. I just need CeeDee to catch some of those balls. And Cowboy fans, if you think that's the norm for CeeDee Lamb, you haven't been watching this team long enough. That was an anomaly for CeeDee Lamb. We just don't see him drop the football like that. He will bounce back. I saw a report today. They had an off day today. Or an off day yesterday on Friday, and CeeDee was at the practice facility getting in work with the Jugs machine. That guy's he's an MVP type player at wide receiver. So expect the Cowboys to bounce back. But Mike, tell us what you thought about this defense.
Yeah, the defense actually, for me, I went into the game a little nervous. Just thinking like, oh man, like how are we gonna respond? Not having, Micah Parsons. Where will the pass rush come from? We did have pass rush, even though I know people are probably listening to this and they're like, Mike, what are you talking about? Jalen Hurts ran all over the place. And yeah, I would say that is the negative, right? That was the negative. Jalen Hurts had a little bit too much time in the pocket sometimes. He rolled out. broke to contain our new pass rusher Izaraku. You know, he kind of got caught up inside a couple times. But you know what? Overall, I was very impressed with the defense. Besides the fact of Jalen Hurts running in those touchdowns, I was actually pretty impressed. There was some good coverage downfield. He didn't really complete too much going into the second half. So I was very, very surprised. And our run game, thank you. And I know you guys are both happy too. I am so glad that we actually came up. Kenny Clark, thank you. Packers, thank you very much. The way that we rotated our D-line, I didn't see any Mozzie Smith in there. So not trying to say anything, but I'm just saying maybe he was a healthy scratch. They wanted to try some other people in there.
He was inactive. They didn't let Mozzie play at all.
Right.
So, I mean, maybe that's trying to send him a message like, yeah, we kind of stopped the run without you. We really didn't need it. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. They had Saquon Barkley. Did they use him in different ways? Yes, they did. They said, all right, if you want to stop him up the middle, we're going to throw it to him on the outside and try to make people miss. So the Eagles started trying to figure us out. But back to the offense, like you said a little bit, I just feel like the offense, the Cowboys had a chance at the end. I mean, a couple bad drops, the Miles Sanders fumble. Ultimately, I think the Cowboys defense did pretty well for not having Micah Parsons. We slowed down the run. They really didn't pound the run. It's just that the stats are going to show, oh, well, they had a lot of rushing yards. I mean, you're looking at Jalen Hurts. He's dropping back. Nobody's open. He had to run. So ultimately, I'm happy with the defense. Damone Clark, everybody got rotated. Everybody got their tackles. We saw some new faces on defense too. The new linebackers in rotation too as well. So I don't know. I was just happy. I was very nervous going into the game, but now I'm very happy to know that the team played very disciplined. We weren't spitting on nobody.
We'll talk about that.
So we didn't.
Yeah, I think
even though we got a loss, we did a good job.
Right.
Yeah, I think defensively, what I loved about it, Mike and Rich, was the adjustment that we saw from Eberflus when they went into the weather delay. Kind of like what Mike is saying is that, you know, Jalen Hurts was hurting us not with his arm but with his legs.
Yeah,
and really what Eberflus did, and it's something we didn't see the past couple years of making that adjustment and saying, okay, now it's time to take this away. And after that weather delay, the Eagles was non-existent. Kenny Clark, Izaraku, Dante Fowler, Murray, Sanborn, Damone Clark played a big role. You saw Malik Hooker. I mean, so many of these guys on this defense stepped up and made plays after that weather delay and really shut the entire Eagles offense down. We saw them punt the football, turnover on downs. We saw so many things that the Cowboys did. Rain delay. They would have played that way the entire game. This is a different game. So I love what Mike is saying, the positive stuff that we see coming out of this game. Listen, I hate the moral victory crowd. I don't want to be part of that moral victory crowd because at the end of the day, you're still 0-1 and you lost a division game to the Eagles. But I love what Mike said. Going into this game, nobody thought this game was going to be 24-20 Philadelphia, right? With nobody is going to come out of this game saying, man, the Cowboys really beat themselves in this game. If they just make a couple of those plays, man, they don't fumble the football, they're driving it. This is a different ball game. So there are some positives to take out of that. Now, obviously, what do you do with those positives that you go into week 2 against the Giants and then further on into the season? But I'm with Mike 100%.
I guess that's the next question, right? It's like, if they go into the next game and they blow out the Giants, right? Is it one of those conversations where it's like, oh, well, you're supposed to beat the Giants. You're supposed to blow them out. They have because I feel like that's like the next excuse from the fan base, right? Oh, well, you guys are supposed to beat them, blah, blah, blah. This and so, you know, because if we lose, it's a different story. But yes, positives all around. I just love the discipline. I think the coaching staff was where it's at. We saw a big difference between McCarthy's coaching staff and this coaching staff. And you just saw it. Jerry said it. Jerry Jones said it. He said, what did he say in the post conference? He said, I'm upset that Marty didn't win the game. Like Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer. I'm sorry. Like he's just upset that he didn't get the W.
Yeah,
because he went into that game with the players ready. Those guys are ready. Our boys were ready.
Facts.
It just football happens.
Right. And I think I was telling Esper this before we actually started that with the first time in the season opener or just like the last couple of seasons, this is the first time that we actually seen a very disciplined offensive line, a very disciplined defensive line where the penalties was held to a minimum. Even Brian's time management skills was even on par compared to what we've been used to with the Mike McCarthy's and stuff like that. But overall, I was happy with the offense. I was happy with the defense. I was happy with Kenny Clark. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, what if you had Micah Parsons? To that, I say, even if we had Micah Parsons, I think we probably maybe still lose. And maybe Philly rushing attack is even better than what it was because Kenny Clark really made some impactful plays on the field. It didn't hit the stat sheet. You didn't probably see it on camera, but the man was a body and he was able to move people around. And you got to think that we're going against one of the best offensive lines in football. We're not going to be going against the Philly offensive line every single week. Kenny Clark is going to eat. And he is going to make that difference with the run game. And even with Philly being the best offensive line, Kenny Clark made plays. Like, ain't no way you can watch that game as a Cowboy hater and say that the Cowboys are still going to be one of the worst teams in the division, not going to make the playoffs. Yeah. It looked totally opposite to me. As a Cowboys fan, I feel that there was very little drop-off to what my expectations are going to be for the Cowboys this year. I still think we're going to make the playoffs. I still think we're going to be in play for the division. Like, that Cowboys team played a whole lot better than what I had for them, even though I sit on the podcast every single week in cap. But, hey, they played well. I'm proud of the team. I still got high expectations for them. And we're not going to let CeeDee Lamb off the hook, CeeDee. Listen to me, sir. Listen to me. You wear the number 88.
Come on.
Do you know who wore that number in past years? Drew Pearson, Michael Irvin, Dez Bryant. When you put on that 88, the expectations of you to catch that ball, okay?
You missed one.
Who?
Antonio Bryant wore it too.
Antonio who?
We always forget the forgotten 88 that got to wear that jersey.
Nobody wants to talk about him. A lot of Cowboy fans do.
But
nobody wants to talk about him.
The point is, when you put on that 88, we expect greatness.
Yes, sir.
And we expect for you to catch that ball. Now, if you go out there next week or the rest of the season and you dropping 4 to 5 balls, I'm going to request and sign a petition that you change your number because that is not associated with the number 88. So get your life together, CeeDee Lamb, because 88 means greatness. 88 means making plays, catching balls, no matter what. So
especially in clutch situations.
In fact, that's when it right, Mike. That's it right there. Right. It's not so much catching the ball on 1st and 10 with 14:26 left in the second quarter. That's okay. If you drop that football, listen, I get that, right? But it's the ball that's 3 minutes and 12 seconds left. And Dak Prescott puts it in your hand. First off, we got to talk about Jalen Tolbert running the wrong route, almost getting in the way from that catch. But that ball hit CeeDee Lamb in his hands. He's got to come down with that. But here's things to what Rich just said. One, if you listen to what CeeDee Lamb said after the game, he said, I got to catch the damn football. That's on me.
He put it on him. Yeah.
100%. He said, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, just me. I'm the reason we lost this game. I got to be better than that. And he said, I'm not come back hard on that. You got another thing coming. Right. I love that attitude from CeeDee Lamb. Again, this is not the norm for CeeDee Lamb. We have not seen this from him ever. He catches the football. He is not a wide receiver to drop. And he catches the ball in some very difficult situations. He's going to bounce back from that word. But about the Kenny Clark thing, if you don't think Kenny Clark made an impact in that game, you got to stop talking football with anybody. You're not allowed to talk fantasy football. You're not allowed to talk Madden football. You can't talk Pee Wee football. You can't talk about your kids' football. None. Zero. Stop. Yep. Because if you look at years past, there's a reason linebacker play at Dallas was always been suspect. Where you're like, man, well, that's because they getting run down by 300 pounds because our defensive tackles are not holding up and doing their. Kenny Clark demanded a double team the entire game, and he didn't shy away from the double team. He took that double team on and a lot. He beat the double team and was in there on the tackle. But it allowed your guys like Sanborn and Murray and Damone Clark to go and make plays because they don't have an offensive lineman leaning on them every single play because you got guys that are worried about Kenny Clark.
Yep.
Rich hit it on the head. The Philadelphia Eagles are the number one offensive line in all football. Not close. They have the best. The Giants do not have that. The Titans don't have that. The Bears don't have that. The Cardinals don't have that. The Commanders have a pretty good line, but it ain't. Mm-hmm. Kenny Clark is going to have a phenomenal year, which means those linebackers behind him are going to have good years as well. I'm excited about what this season is going to hold for us.
Yeah, and there was plenty of times where, and there was plenty of times where I seen Kenny Clark like in the backfield, like 2-3 times, like on numerous plays. And then those linebackers or whoever else is with him got to make the tackle. Like we saw plenty of times where the offensive line of the Eagles did collapse and Jalen Hurts was able to get out of there. But hey, Kenny Clark made an impact. Like, and let me ask you all this question. I mean, for me, I didn't really see too many major moments where we missed Michael Parsons. Did we miss Michael Parsons? Sure. Yes. But I don't think I seen major lapses of where, hey, Michael Parsons would have made a difference right there. Or, hey, all game long, we need Michael Parsons. The only thing I saw is
when Jalen Hurts, escaped. Like, every time Jalen Hurts escaped and we didn't really have nobody fast enough to chase him down, that's the only really.
But if you look at the stats and you go back to all the games where Michael Parsons actually played the Eagles, I mean, his stats wasn't jumping off the sheet. I mean, he might have had a sack.
It wasn't like he's getting 3-4 sacks or nothing like that,
I mean, missed
Micah's going to make the impact.
Yeah,
he would have made an impact on that game. But I also think, and Mike talked about this with the defense, this rotation on this defensive line is so deep. I mean, you're talking Sam Williams, Dante Fowler, Ezra-Raku. Listen, there are going to be times where we got to pump the brakes on a guy like Ezra, rookie, turning this out. But there were times I looked up and I was like, oh, this kid is beating one of the best left tackles in football.
Right.
Getting to the quarterback. And if Jalen Hurts is holding that ball for one more tick, it's a sack several times for Ezra-Raku. This is going to be a good team. This front line is tremendously better and improved from what we saw last year. That's not going to take anything away from Micah Parsons. He's one of the pass rushers in the entire NFL. He gets 12 plus sacks a year. You don't do that if you're not a premier pass rusher. But the rotation that the Cowboys have, I think, gives us the ability to always have a guy fresh, and they are different pass rush styles. Dante Fowler continues to prove he's still got it. Kenny Clark played well. Ezra-Raku played well. Sam Williams played his butt off. I'm excited for what this Cowboys defense is able to do.
Yeah, you got even Solomon Thomas in the goal line.
Exactly.
I forgot. Remember about him? He made a couple stuff. Now, it was Solomon Thomas rotating with Kenny Clark. I think they were taking turns at that DT position. So, it was like I said,
right.
And you might even need Kenny Clark only for the beginning, like the first, second down. You might not even need them third down.
Maybe so. And for the first time after a Cowboy loss, I was able to turn on ESPN the next morning and actually watch it and hear them actually give the Dallas Cowboys credit. Normally, like every day up into this game, they were saying how bad the Dallas Cowboys going to get blown out, how good the Eagles are, and how bad the Dallas Cowboys are. But I turned it on Friday morning, and they was all giving praise to the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboy fans, you should feel this way. You should feel great about your team. And hey, I might be wrong about the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe they are actually going to do something. So that felt kind of good to finally turn on ESPN and see them guys flip the narrative a little bit and actually be rooting for the Cowboys. It's kind of scary because they thrive on hating on the Cowboys and they always thrive on putting out the negative regarding the Dallas Cowboys. So that was kind of scary. I don't know if I want all the haters all of a sudden giving us some sort of credit and giving us some sort of praise. I don't know if I want that.
They still hate us. That's not going to stop. They still hate us.
But overall, I was impressed with the game. We took an L, but I was impressed with what I saw. Dak Prescott played well. Obviously, CD had the struggles. But if that's the Dak Prescott that we're going to get every single week, we're going to be a pretty dangerous football team. And that kind of reverts back to 2023, I think, MVP Dak Prescott. So if he plays like that and he's nice and healthy and the offense spreads the ball around, shout out to the play caller and shout out to the players. I mean, Jalen Tober, I don't know what that guy is doing, but I'm just happy we didn't see no Mozzie Smith. So, yeah, maybe they need to deactivate Miles Sanders. To me, Miles Sanders is a locker room dude. Like, he's there for morale. Put in Jalen Brew, okay?
Listen, here's the thing about Miles Sanders. He is a veteran running back. He still is talented. He had a fumble, and unfortunately, it's the only turnover of the going to be the one that is highlighted.
Right.
Now, if he fumbles the football, but then the Eagles throw an interception or they fumble and give us the ball back, maybe it's not as impactful. When you're the only turnover game and you lose a turnover battle because of that, that hurts. And that's just something he has to clean up. I like Myers. Hopefully Jaden Blue gets some run. I don't know what we're going to see, but
yeah,
it's definitely going positive going into Sunday versus the Giants.
Right. And what I think about this game,
Jaden Blue.
After you saw the game, do you still have the same expectation for the Dallas Cowboys, or did they improve, or based on what you saw? Like, what's your outtake?
Yeah, I felt this was a 12-5 team before the year started. I still think they're at least a 10-plus win team after what I saw. Now, obviously, a lot of that has to deal with health. We saw last year injuries riddled this offense and defense.
Right.
We don't even have Overshown yet. Overshown is not back, right? We still don't have our rookie corner. We're still waiting on him. The secondary played well, but they're still not 100% healthy. They're working towards that as well. I still think this is a 10-plus win team and going to fight.
Right. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I think the same thing. Actually, 10-plus win team. I think division-wise, it might come down to the last week. And I think it really does come down between Eagles and Cowboys. I know people are like, oh, what about the Commanders? Listen, I know the Commanders are good. Jaden Dalen is good. I think he's going to have a sophomore slump. I think he's, people got more film on him. McLaurin is still going to be beast over there. But I think division-wise, I think the Cowboys are going to contest right at the end. It's going to come down to that second game between Cowboys, Eagles. And it's going to come down to like one of those things where, oh, the Eagles lost a few games that they weren't supposed to, and if the Cowboys win today, then they steal the division from them. That's what I feel is going to happen. I feel it's going to come down to the end of the season. It's going to be Cowboys, Eagles, and that second game is going to come down to the division game.
All right. Well, I think it's still in Dallas, so that's a good thing. So even after watching this game, I still think we're going to the Super Bowl. It's still our year, no matter what.
Well, yeah, it's our year every year until they raise that Lombardi jersey.
Right.
I mean, that trophy.
And one last thing, because we will never, ever, 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 ever speak about this person on this podcast again, because he's not a player anymore. He's not a Dallas Cowboys. Do you have anything else, last parting words to say about Micah Parsons? Because he would never, ever be brought up by me again on this podcast.
I appreciate you, Micah Parsons. I'm going to look right in the camera. I appreciate what you did for the Dallas Cowboys. No, listen, I'm going to say my last words, right? I got to say my last words. I appreciate what you did for the Dallas Cowboys. I appreciate the energy you brought. I appreciate the pass rush and all the sacks and all the excitement you brought to the team. I do. The one thing I do not like is the fact that you couldn't stop the run and you made this contract negotiation too damn hard, and you became a distraction for the damn team. And that, have a good time in Packers. It's very, very cold over there. Enjoy those cold ass games. But I appreciate the sacks.
Right. What about you, Ed?
Yeah, I'm just going to mirror what my guy Sam Williams said and said, stop asking me about Micah Parsons. He don't play here no more.
I like it. I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with what our expert said, because I don't care about.
I stopped asking me that question.
Micah Parsons is an ops now. That's all they got to say. So it don't really make a difference.
Let's talk about this defensive line. You know what? That's what we really need to do. Who is your MVP from game one? Like, let's go back to this is the Silver and Blue Huddle. Let's talk about these Cowboys. Who is your MVP coming out of game one for the Dallas Cowboys?
For me, I'm going to go with Kenny Clark. Like I said, a lot of things that he did, it's not going to appear on the stat sheet. But I know what I saw on the field at certain times, and I like our new addition, Kenny Clark. For me, it's going to be Kenny Clark.
You know what I'll say
you got to get an offensive and defensive guy. So Kenny Clark is your defensive guy. Who on offense is that guy you look?
For me, I'm gonna go with Dak Prescott. I mean, it started at the very beginning of the game before the ball was even hiked to Dak Prescott, when he got spat on, and he did nothing. He let the officials handle it. If that was me in that situation, it would have been 2 ejections at that moment, Me and Jalen Carter, because I would have jumped on him so doggone quick. But however, Dak Prescott is my MVP just for that very moment right there, because not too many men can sit around and let another man spit on them and be okay with it. So, and that was even before the game even started. So, Kenny Clark and Dak Prescott.
I would go Dak Prescott, definitely offense. He did a great job. I mean, again, the receivers got to catch the ball. It's not his fault. And then defensively, like I said, it was Kenny Clark. I mean, it's Kenny Clark is number one, but if I could give a notable second on defense, I like what Malik Hooker did, man. Malik Hooker was tough out there. He showed me a lot. He did. He showed me a lot. And I mean, there's so many people I want to highlight on that defense, especially the new guys, but I'll let you go, expert. I would go with Dak and Malik Hooker.
Okay, so listen, obviously I think Dak played a great game of offense, but my offensive MVP is that front five. That offensive line blocked so well. We talk about Tyler Booker, the rookie at right, stepping in for Zach Martin, played so well. Tyler Guyton got so much hate after last year. He wasn't the guy. He went in this season and hit the ground running, saying, I'm going to be the best left tackle I can be. No pressures from Tyler Guyton, Terrence Steele, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe. That front so well. Defensively, I'm going to go with somebody that not on the pot. Kenny Clark, Marshawn Kneeland for the Dallas Cowboys front four. Tackle for loss. He had the only sack of the night, 3 tackles on defense. He played so well for a guy that was a secondary thought from last year, was one of our best defensive linemen, and played his butt off on Thursday night. I expect to see big things from Marshawn Kneeland the rest of the year.
Honestly, I was thinking about that as I was mentioning when I was saying like there was other people on the defense that did great. Honestly, if Kneeland would have got that strip fumble, he would probably be the MVP of defense. He had it too. If it wasn't for Saquon being so strong, he had a full.
Yeah. Any other running back, that ball is out.
That ball is out, man. So it's you're right. When you mentioned Kneeland, that's
right.
And Sanborn stepped up. I mean, all right, I could sit here all day and talk about the defense. I know.
Now, do we have any opinions about the spit? Because we didn't talk about that either. Do you guys have any opinion about it?
I think it's disgraceful. Straight up, I have no other. I mean, I know it's football, but
so
any man spits on me, I want to fight.
I'm going to go the other way. So obviously, we don't know the entire interaction between those two, right? Obviously, Dak said he's talking to Tyler Booker, the rookie, trying to get in his head, all this nonsense. Dak spits on the ground. Jalen probably took offense to that. He steps forward. Dak steps forward. Some words are exchanged. Jalen makes a horrible mistake, spits on Dak Prescott. To me, I understand the ejection because the NFL is not going to. But that should be the end of it. He missed an entire game. Important. If they would have lost this game, that's all Philadelphia would be talking about. Jalen Carter wasn't there. But that's the end of it. I do like the Dak Prescott, the patience to stand there and not do anything, because I'm with you. You spit on me. I don't care. You're going to have to take me out with the ambulance, because I'm not stopping until one of us is done. Like, that's the end of life for somebody. You're not finna spit on me. But Dak understands how important he is. He's a little bit more savvy veteran. Jalen's a young guy. He'll learn. Let's just move on. It's the Philadelphia Eagles versus the It's just
now,
they got Chippy.
I will say that if Roger Goodell definitely suspended Jalen Carter for the entire season, I wouldn't be mad at that. I would not be mad at that. As a Cowboys fan, I would not be mad, Roger, if you
send a message, Roger.
Exactly. Send a message, please. Send a message to the whole league, okay, please. I would not be mad at that as a Dallas Cowboys fan if you suspended Jalen Carter for the entire season. Okay, I'm just gonna throw that out there right quick. But yeah, I agree with you guys with the spit, man. Only thing is, like, one last point is Jalen Carter made his way towards the huddle, and if you saw the Cowboys huddle and where the Eagles huddle was, I think he was out of pocket. Like, he was just totally wrong about that. Like, you can't be stepping forward towards another team huddle and then spit on somebody. Like, that's terrible. But anyways, the Cowboys got the New Jersey Giants coming up in week number 2. I guess we can talk about that. I mean, I actually seen the New Jersey Giants live in 4K a few weeks ago doing one of their preseason games, and I wasn't really impressed. I was only really excited for famous Jameis to get in the game and throw a touchdown, which he actually did. But overall, the Giants look kind of shaky as they always have been, and I don't think they beat the Cowboys in 3-4 years. So it's been a while. So they improved their team a little bit. They got a new quarterback. They got 3 new quarterbacks, actually. Russell Wilson, Jameis, and Jackson Dart, the rookie. The Jackson Dart did look kind of okay during the preseason game, but he's a rookie. I dare the Giants to put Jackson Dart in over Russell Wilson. I dare you. Please make that mistake, please. Okay. And like I said, Russell didn't get the opportunity to play, but it's Russell Wilson. I mean, he went with the Steelers last year. He didn't look all that good. You know, yeah, he got the little moon ball. Yes, he's going to probably be able to throw a pass here and there. But the Cowboys can't overlook the Giants, but they can overlook the Giants. You know what I'm saying? But that may be just me capping a little bit more. But let's talk about week 2.
I just feel like our O-line played so well against the Eagles that, I mean, yeah, I'm a little nervous for, like, you know, Abdul Carter and everything like that. Like, those are great. They have great pass rushers over there. But after what I saw them, like, hold up the Eagles pass rush, I'm cool with it, man. Like, I'm not even nervous. Like, it's a division game. It's going to get chippy. Giants are probably going to make their, you know, they'll make their plays here and there. Neighbors might get a good catch and, you know, oh, Cowboys are down by a score. Like, I can see it already now happening where it's like, oh, it's a close game at half. Like, Giants only within a striking distance. I can see it happening now. And then all of a sudden, fourth quarter comes and we're winning by like 3 touchdowns.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants were 3-14 last year.
Yeah.
I don't think they improved their team that much. Yes, Abdul Carter is a monster.
Yeah.
But Russell Wilson's on the decline. Jackson Dart is the backup quarterback. Maybe we'll see him at a certain point. But I like what you said, Rich. The Cowboys cannot look past the Giants, right? You got to go in. It's home. You get the Giants coming to AT&T Stadium. You got to send a statement. You got to let the world know that last week versus the Eagles wasn't a fluke. The Eagles just didn't play well. You have to go out here and dominate the Giants. It's another divisional game. You cannot 2 in the division. You have to go out here and beat down the Giants. Now, we're going to find out what the Giants are about because they get the Commanders in week 1 on Sunday at 12 Central Time. So we'll see what they're about.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also don't think this Giants team is a team that was 3-14 and now they're going to be 9-8. I don't think that they're making that jump with Russell Wilson at quarterback and just Malik Neighbors. Are they better? Yes. But I don't think they're 7 wins better than they were last year. And I expect the Cowboys. I expect this. But see, this will be the test, though, right? Because Mike McCarthy regime, we wouldn't have been ready for the Giants. We would have looked past them. We would have came out and looked really bad. Yeah. What does Brian Schottenheimer do? Does he have this team ready to run through a brick? Because if this is the team that we expect to compete for a championship, these are the teams you beat down when they come.
Yeah,
they have no business being on the field with you. The old Cowboys, when it was Emmett, Michael, and Troy, they blow this Giants team out by 30 points. And Troy Aikman doesn't play in the fourth quarter. Neither does Michael or Emmett. And that's the kind of beatdown I want to see for the Giants.
Right. No, 100%. And that's what I agree with. That's why I think, you know, in the first quarter, I think it's going to be like real tight. And I could hear it now. The announcers, oh my God, it's a close game. Blah, blah, blah. What are the Cowboys going to do? And then, like I said, fourth quarter, we're going to be up by like 3 scores.
Yeah. I mean,
because they don't got D-backs. Like, they really don't have defensive. They never did anything to upgrade their. Yeah, they got Abdul Carter, but like they didn't do anything to upgrade their defensive backs. So
they shipped their best defensive back to Philadelphia, and it was Adoree Jackson, and he was horrible.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, like I think I'm not overlooking it, but I'm just saying, yeah, just get in there, whip some ass.
Yeah. Outside of Malik Neighbors, I mean, what other offensive weapon do they have? I don't know who plays running back. I heard about the rookie that they actually drafted over there, but he's not going to play.
Scatterbo.
Yeah, Scatterbo. He's not going to play. I saw him in preseason. He looked okay, but he seems pretty small or whatever. But outside of Russell Wilson, I think we can get him to make some turnovers and make some mistakes. And Malik Neighbors, if that defense can hold up A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, I'm pretty sure they can keep Malik Neighbors in check. Who's their number 2? Do we know who their number 2 is? I don't even know.
I'll tell you this right now. I'm predicting now 2 turnovers by the Cowboys. Guarantee.
2
turnovers.
Oh, the Giants are going to
like
commit,
they're going to cause. They're going to
Oh
cause
yeah,
two
yeah. I can see
turnovers on the
that.
Giants. Minimum.
I can see
Minimum.
that. I don't think Russell Wilson is running like Jalen Hurts is out of the pocket.
No.
He's going to
Yeah.
try to make a pass. So he's going to throw
Yeah.
a few interceptions or whatever. But I just hope that we send the blitz early and often because that was kind of like one of the things that we messed up on in Philly game early in the game, the way we didn't really send no corner blitz. And we kind of did that in the second half. And we was able to get Jalen Hurts a little bit. But, you know, like I said, we can't overlook the Giants. I just hope they come out and play to their full potential and blow them out by halftime, by the third quarter, the game is over. You got to redeem yourself from all those home losses that you had last year. We go from being one of the best to one of the worst. So now we got to get the fans a little bit more excitement back in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do that.
Agreed.
Yes.
Score predictions. I'm going to go with Cowboys. I think they blow them out like 34 to like 20 or something like that. Like, and the Giants don't get that 20 into the second half.
I say 32-10.
Yeah, you got to get a Giants a 40 piece. 42-21. You got to make a statement versus this Giants team on Sunday.
Yeah. You got to. Defense got to play lights out. Offense got to continue to play well. I'm not sure the Giants defense, which I heard so much about all in the offseason, how great they are, and the Giants defense is this, Giants defense is that. But the way our offense played, the way we went down the field on our very first series against the Philadelphia Eagles, if we do that against the Giants, it is game over. I don't think we've seen the Cowboys get 7 on their first series since they won the Super Bowl back in the 90s.
It's been a long time.
Javonte Williams
time.
It's been a long time since we get 7 on the first drive. I mean, they was looking pretty good. So we need that type of offense. Get George Pickens involved. CeeDee Lamb catch the ball. Jake Ferguson catch the ball. Javonte Williams continue to run well, and then we need that offensive line to continue to do what they did last week because I was surprised that we called as many run plays as we did in the very beginning. But I love the run game. I need to see more of that, and I'm going to see us run the ball down the Giants' throat all game long. Anything else you guys want to add to the Week 2 matchup versus the Giants?
Man,
Nothing.
I'm ready. Let's go. Can
ready.
It be Sunday already? Can it be Giants Cowboys already?
I know. All right, so that's it.
I mean, tomorrow is the first official football Sunday, but we got our game in already.
Yeah, football already started. It starts with America's team. Yeah. That's why we play first.
That's right.
That's why we play first. But
I love it. And I can't wait to see all the creative plays this season. I know we're going to get together every single week and talk about our Cowboys. It's going to be a long season. But I'm really excited about this coaching staff. I think we only just hit the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of play calling that Schottenheimer. I know he's still got in his back pocket. Turpin still needs to be sprinkled in there. So it's going to be an exciting season.
Yes. One thing about Turpin, I do wish he would just stop playing on the special teams and just pick up the ball and run, because that one special teams, the kickoff where he dropped the ball, try to do a little spin.
And try to do the little spin.
Yeah, it put us in the hole. I can't remember the results of that series, but stop doing that, bro. Stop, please.
Yeah.
Catch it and run. But that's Silver and Blue Huddle, man. Football is back. Week 2 is upon us. Week 1 is over. We're on to the New Jersey Giants, and we're going to talk about that, and we're going to come back next week after we get that dub, after that blowout, and we're going to come back up here and discuss Week 2, and then we're going to move on to Week 3. But make sure you follow my man, Expert Corner, on TikTok, Facebook, and Twitch, and my man So Amazing on Facebook, Kick, and Twitch as well, and YouTube. Follow us all on YouTube, man. We all got amazing Dallas Cowboy content, and if you love the Cowboys, you'll love each and one of us. So turn on that bell icon so you know when we drop another video, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode.